Hi, my name's Helen Elizabeth. I'm a portrait artist from the UK. I've been drawing portraits since 2014. I'm a self-taught charcoal artist, specialised in hyperrealism. My portraits are mainly of music artists such as hip hop icons from the 90s, R&B artists, and world music artists. They inspire me immensely. I'm really into hip hop from the 90s, and I just love drawing them and seeing the portraits come to life.
Wow, that's beautiful. I'm looking at your website right now. You got ASAP Rocky, Marvin Gaye, Tupac, Pop Smoke. How did you get into this?
Well, I used to do stuff in music. I was a producer songwriter, and then I ended up managing a flamenco dancer. So I went to live in Spain, and we used to tour a lot all around the world. And there was a lot of art going on at the shows and stuff. So I was like, oh, this is really interesting, and just decided one day to kind of teach myself. So I started with like graphite pencils and just seeing anything I could to kind of get skills and draw like the face. And then like a few years later, I kind of transitioned more into charcoal, which made my drawings a lot more realistic. I think that was definitely a turning point for my portraits. And I mean, I've loved music since I was a kid. I was classically trained in piano when I was really small. I was into hip hop from like the age of 13. I used to go in the 90s. We used to go, like, there was a market in London at Camden, and that was the only place you could really hear hip hop at the time. So I would just go up and they would be like have some vinyl on the decks, like Public Enemy at the time, Run DMC, Pied Piper, all these tunes were coming out, and I was just like fascinated because in the UK you really didn't hear that. It was like more of a dance electronic culture than hip hop, so it was quite scarce to hear that. And I just fell in love like with hip hop and the whole hip hop culture. Like Stussy had just come out, like the Kangol hat was like coming in, so it was a really cool time to like get involved and just listen to hip hop. And yeah, just over the years I listened to a lot of R&B artists, obviously world music because I toured with flamenco dancers. But I mean, hip hop was always the one that stuck with me most. I think out of everything, there's just nothing like it really in the world.
Or that's dope. So if somebody purchased your NFT, will you send them the charcoal drawing as well?
The charcoal drawings at the moment, they're quite high price, so I didn't want to put the NFTs as high as the physical pieces. So I mean, it's something that could be arranged separate, but they wouldn't get a physical piece currently with the prices of the NFTs, just because I've put them at an average price so people can actually afford them. Because the sizes that I do now, a lot of the recent works I've done are quite large, and they take between about 80 and 120 hours to finish. And they're priced from anything from like £2,000 to £4,000, but my NFTs currently are like zero point 0.5 ETH. I've got a couple of pieces on Known Origin and a couple of pieces on Foundation, and I'm going to mint some more stuff as well.
Or that's dope. So can someone maybe print out the image on a shirt if they purchase the NFT and like resell it? Or no?
Um, I would have to, just because of the nature of the NFTs and because they're celebrities, I would definitely need to get clearance for that. So obviously because they're celebrities and stuff. So
No, yeah, I understand. I understand. So like let's say ASAP Rocky got into NFTs. Would you send him this NFT to him? Or how what would you
yeah, for
do?
sure. Yeah, if any of these artists wanted their own NFTs, of course, like I would send them. I think he did one with a collab. Not I saw it not that long ago. It was just one, and it wasn't really that expensive. I don't know if anyone bought it, but I definitely saw it announced on an NFT platform that he released an NFT. So, but not many hip hop artists really. I think it's really new, the NFT space. I know obviously Snoop's really into NFTs and um, a, a few artists, but to be honest, I think it's really quite new for a lot of people. Obviously, you've got Biggie, who's done the estate. They've done the collection, and I think Tupac's estate have done a few NFTs. I think I saw a couple of his like hands and his gold. There was like a jewelry one done from Tupac's estate, but they're the only ones I've seen like with in hip hop and R&B. Definitely haven't seen any R&B artists at all from that era do any NFT stuff.
Yeah, I met somebody from Biggie's estate, and they had a nice little NFT project and everything. I forgot his name. A Kleptomatic from Junior Mafia. I don't know if you ever seen him.
Okay,
Yeah, he's
no,
big into the NFT world. So yeah, this is pretty dope. I really like it.
thank you, thanks.
Is there anything else you want to tell
It
the
would,
viewers? Oh,
no, just it would be really cool to see like more of like that type, hip hop icons from that era, like, just really maximized in the NFT space, and because their stuff's unique and there's just nothing like it. I think there's a huge potential, sorry, in the NFT space. And I mean, even the other day I was watching a hip hop documentary, and um, there was a really iconic tune. I can't remember it now. Grandmaster Flash did. Um, like in the late 80s, and there was a guy on there who was saying he actually wrote the lyrics, and he was contacted at the time by the publisher, and they got him to do the track, and he never got recognition for it because back in those days people really didn't worry so much about contracts. So he was just like, oh, here, have these lyrics, and it's like the biggest track Grandmaster Flash ever did, and he never actually wrote the lyrics for that tune. So and he was kind of like saying no one's ever given him recognition. There's so many people that have contributed to the birth of hip hop that really I would love to see them like kind of get into the NFT space and share stuff, share their things in some way, some kind type of medium. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It can be any type of medium, right? Because NFTs are really just you can do anything that's creative. So
so I'll give you another scenario real quick. So let's say someone purchased the original art piece and they wanted the NFT as well. Is that something you would do? Like
yes,
like a
yeah,
discount
definitely.
type of thing, maybe?
Yeah, no, if they expressed that they were going to buy the original and they wanted the NFT, so they were the only holder of that NFTs because my NFTs are one-on-ones currently, then I would definitely do that for them.
I like NFTs. Like I feel like the scenario of NFTs is not really giving ownership to people, but it's like giving ownership. So a good use case in your scenario is pretty much if someone purchased like the drawing, obviously you would give them the NFT as well, so they could have like a proof of track record on the blockchain of the transaction, something like that. So I really
Yeah,
like it
no,
though.
yeah, I would definitely do that. I did think about doing prints. I mean, obviously, I like prints and stuff of the original drawings if they wanted it with the NFTs, and I would obviously cover shipping. But a lot of people talk about, sending original arts and stuff out, which is really good. But when you send prints to another country, even if you cover the shipping costs, they're always gonna get hit. The consumer by custom fees. There's like no way around that. Whatever you cover from this end. So that's just one aspect that kind of has stopped me maybe from offering like prints and stuff with NFTs, just because it's like because then you have to get into the whole data act because you're collecting their data. If you get their address and their physical address to send them the send them something, there's like no contract in between. And here in the EU and like in the UK with like data, you have to, if you're collecting someone's like physical or their name or their address, there's certain things that you have to abide by, like rules. So that's why kind of the main reason I haven't got into offering sending prints, not because I don't mind sending them the print or paying for that cost if they purchase NFT, just because of like the whole logistics of sending that to them and having to maybe like have a contract in the middle. And I don't know if people would be up for doing that.
No, yeah, you're actually thinking it out because I be thinking to myself, a lot of people say that they will send stuff, out, and I be thinking like, yo, how about the custom fees? Like, like that's a big fee. Word.
And they don't like I've looked into it, even like in the UK, like if you want to send artwork, no courier company will cover artwork. They don't cover photos or artwork. So I mean, it's fine. Like if it's not an original, because you know, a print's fairly inexpensive compared to an original, but they're still going to get hit with the custom fees. Like there's no way to cover that. Um, so it's like, yeah, it's a bit tricky really to kind of offer that. If it's UK, if it's like in the same country, then it's fine. But obviously NFTs are global, so you just the likelihood that you're going to send it to someone in your own country is like quite rare, I think.
Yeah. So how about Daybreak? Daybreak doesn't have a celebrity. Is that you? Is that you in the picture right there?
Yeah, that was a really old picture someone did of me, and I just drew it quickly.
So would you
And then
give?
someone bought it from me on Object, an NFT collector.
Let's say they want to print that one out. Can they print this one out? The Daybreak.
Yeah, yeah, they can do that. They can do that what they like. If they want a picture of my back, of my back.
Have you spoke to any celebrities? Did they give you any recognition for this, for what you've been doing?
Um, well, Big Daddy, he liked some stuff on the story that I did of his portrait. He also liked it on Facebook. I've had like Masagos contacted me on DMs in Instagram for his like he really liked the portrait and stuff, and a couple of other musicians like her, Gabby Wilson, and I did one of Aaliyah, and Aaliyah's brothers like commented and stuff a couple of times on Instagram, which is cool because I've admired him and his family for a really long time. But no one's really kind of reached out to actually purchase the art. So I think, you know, people just, I really don't know, like maybe they're just not into kind of art, or, you know, it's not a big thing, or they're just not interested, period. I really don't know. But no one's reached out in terms of, oh, we want to buy like the original piece or anything.
It'll take a look.
Celebrities, I mean.
It'll take a minute. I see you was on Spital.io. How was that experience? How did you get your images into that gallery? Can you explain that scenario?
Well, I'm quite like active in the NFT space, and I follow an amazing lady. She's called Marianne. She's very active in the NFT community and like encourages us to submit a lot of stuff. And that's kind of how I heard about Spatial Gallery, because they were curating something for Sabet's NFT thing going on at NFT. Like I don't know if it was NFT New York. It was something that was going on in New York. So anyway, that's how I heard of the Spatial and decided to put a gallery on there. But it definitely needs to be updated now because that's a while ago. Awesome. Yeah, it was.
Uh, that that was a good experience. That whole scenario. You have to come out here during that week. You would have a lot of fun.
Did you go?
I didn't go to the real thing. I went to all the parties, and the parties were so dope. Open bar, free food, free drinks, lots of networking. I met amazing people. It was dope. It was a good time.
Yeah, I mean they have NFT London coming up in November, but tickets are so expensive. Like even for like they have a basic one, I think it's like £500, and then the next level up's 1,500. The basic one really you don't get to do much, but the one that you'd be interested to go in is like, I mean, it's a lot of money for what, for obviously for what it is.
Nah, don't go to it. Don't go to it. Go to the events, the after parties. So look it up on Eventbrite and sign up for those after parties whenever you can. You'll have lots of fun. I promise you.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see how things are, because you know, like here they had restrictions up until a while ago because of COVID. I don't know now, like how I don't think anything like there's I don't think there's any restrictions anymore around events and stuff. But
Okay, well, do you have anything else you want to tell the viewers before we end this?
no, I don't think that's all. Just thanks for like having me, and it's been really nice.
Word, I appreciate you.